In today's video, we're going to be talking about how you can become more fearless with your faith in God. Before we get into the video though, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so that you do not miss out on any future videos. Now, for today's question. So the question is what is your greatest fear? We're talking about how you can become more fearless. So define what's your greatest fear. Comment down below. Whether it's being scared of the dark, being scared of heights, being scared of public speaking, whatever it is, comment down below. Me personally, my greatest fear probably is public speaking, because I've always hated talking in front of large groups of people, and that's always been my greatest fear. Alright, let's get into the video. So a very important aspect in overcoming your fear is A, figuring out what that fear is, like I asked you in the beginning of the video, and then B, looking deep within yourself and figuring out what your mindset is. Because if you don't know your mindset, then you can't really overcome any fear. So the way that you kind of go about this is A, yes, you need to ask for God's help, and you need to pray that God will help you to not think of negative thoughts, because there's a lot of negative things in the world that can cause you to think negatively. And like I said, the only way that we can overcome this is A, asking for God's help, and then B, doing our part and trying to overcome the negativity. And the biggest thing with fear is people always have the what if mindset. If you're afraid of the dark, you're always asking yourself, well, what if something jumps out of the dark and scares me? If you're afraid of heights, what if I fall? If you're afraid of public speaking, what if I mess up? And there's always a what if thing. But you've got to have the right mindset, and you've got to kind of fix it all. And the Bible verse that I'm fixing to tell you is kind of basically what God wants you to think about, the ways that God wants you to think and how to go about it. So I thought Philippians 4:8 was a pretty good example of what we were trying to get across in the devotional today. And it says this: finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. So like I said, this is God basically telling us about what we're supposed to think about. And so I want to kind of elaborate a little bit more on the meaning behind this verse. And so where it says true, this is basically authenticity. You need to think of only authentic and real thoughts. Where it says noble, think of royal thoughts. You're of royal blood. You come from God. Think of royal thoughts. And also don't think unkindly or disapproving of other people. And then where it says right, this is where we need to think of accurate and appropriate thoughts. Think right, don't think wrong. And then purity. This applies to basically both your heart and your mindset. And this is basically you choosing to, in God saying you choose to think all these things, you choosing to think upright and uplifting thoughts. And then where it says lovely, this is where God basically telling you to notice the beauty in life. Look for Him in everything that you look in. Everything you see, everything you think of God. Think of the beauty of things. Don't think of the bad and everything. Be an optimist. Don't be a pessimist. Admirable. Think of credible and distinguished thoughts. Excellent. Think of superb, excellent, and fabulous thoughts. Praiseworthy. This is one of the most important, if out of the whole stack. Praiseworthy. Think of God. Think of God. Think like God. Think of why He does what He does. Think of God's creation. Think of praise. Think of the things that God thinks of. So this is the end of the video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and don't forget to comment down below what your greatest fear is. Mine was speaking in front of large crowds. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so that God can use me to give you a better understanding of His Word.